Travis and Jeremy will be there in the background. So what we are supposed to do here on Thursday is answer your questions through a live stream. You can ask any question you want. What I will encourage you to do when you ask questions is not simple questions such as how do I get more views, how do I get more subscribers, because those are questions that just cannot be answered in a live stream such as this. And well, like Jeremy and myself say on the audits, you need to be 2 inches wide and a mile deep with your questions. So something that's really specific on a really specific topic on YouTube, which we can really go into detail and focus our energies on. There is a link in the video description, and that link will take you to a Google form where we will take your questions and answer them. We've currently got 15 questions, so look at the form in the video description and start filling them out, and we will, I say we, it's now me, I will endeavour to do my best to answer as many of these questions as possible, and maybe Travis or Jeremy can add their little thoughts in the chat as well. So I'm just going to flick through some of these questions. The reason I said don't ask these big overarching how to get more views and subscribers questions because the first 2 questions were how do I get more subscribers, and without knowing anything about your channel, your content, and doing a deep dive, it's something that is literally impossible to answer. So the first question we can really tackle here is from Joel Bonney, and that question is, can you give some tips for a music channel to grow? And some basic tips would be along the lines of make playlists. So you may have some videos that are 2 or 3 minutes long from individual tracks. I would always recommend creating a playlist so that people can maybe listen to this playlist of 60 minutes or more in the background while they're doing other work. And Jeremy and I have also been recommending this concept of potentially doing a live stream. You search on YouTube now for continuous 24/7 live stream music, and there'll be ones which are running constantly and they're getting thousands of views. People are watching them all of the time and having it as background music. So those are 2 ideas to take forward, and just be really focused with your niche, whether it's R&B, background music, chill out music, relaxed music. Stick to that one focus and then continue to make content over and over again on that. But music is quite a hard topic to break into. Jeremy has always got some great advice for music, so I'm sort of pinning it on him to maybe give you some extra tips in the comments. The next question I'm going to look at is exploring with the NUG. And your question is, if you're wanting to go full-time as a content creator, how long on average can you expect to be making content without making any money? How long did it take you to go full-time? So my personal experience in the YouTube universe spans all the way back to about 2009 when I first started making my videos. And I think I made about 1,500 videos in that time, and I monetized my content maybe 2 or 3 years into that journey. And I was making peanuts, really, a couple of $100s here and there every month, which is enough to buy some more equipment. And eventually, how I got into working full-time in the YouTube industry is I did a tutorial on a vidIQ tool, and I contacted the vidIQ team at the time, and they were impressed with what I did, and I did some freelance work for them for a couple of years, and eventually they brought me on board. So that's my short story, but it took 10 years to do that, and I'm actually making a video about that story, which is going to be released soonish, so stay tuned. But I would say fundamentally the question shouldn't be like, when am I going to be full-time, because that means there's an expectation, and being full-time on YouTube is a very hard thing to achieve, and a lot of people start making YouTube videos with that intention of making money out of it. And I started my channel with the intention of finding out whether YouTube would be a fun creative outlet for me, because I'm a creative person, and I discovered that I love the process of making videos, and that was even when nobody was watching my content. So after 50, 100 videos where I was still getting maybe 100 views per video, I loved making videos. And so I wasn't thinking at first what my audience wanted. I was thinking about what I needed for my own, I suppose, soul. And once I realized that I really enjoy making videos, that's when I started to think more about an audience, and that's when I thought more about the algorithm and thumbnails and watch time and all those things. So I would say, before thinking about whether you want to be a full-time YouTuber, decide whether or not you enjoy the YouTube process, irrespective of whether you get paid or not. And that should hopefully keep you in good stead as you start to grow your channel and build actual momentum with an audience. So thank you for that question there, exploring with the Nug. Next one coming up is from Swaggy Gamer. We'll tackle this one very quickly. Do you think PewDiePie has lost completely, or do you think Mr. Beast is going to do something? He's almost 1 million subscribers behind at this point, so even if Mr. Beast did something or anybody else, it's going to have be the biggest turnaround in subscriber difference of all time in this race. So it looks to me like it's pretty much done. Who knows though, something could happen. There's this International PewDiePie Day, which is taking place, I think, on April the 29th. And there may be one last swan song before the 100 million barrier is hit. So I would say it's more than likely done, but you never know in this story, since it has been going on for almost 7 months now. No Life Snorlax, the terrible pronunciation there, but I'll start again. No Life Snorlax tells us my watch time is in the 20 to 35% range and I can't do much about it because my niche is just that way. Any ideas that could help? Okay, so your niche has absolutely nothing to do with your watch time. Your watch time is how much you can engage your audience. If you have the philosophy of your watch time is 20 to 35%, but it's because of your niche, well, the logic there would be if you're making 3-minute videos, make 1-minute videos in your niche and you get 100% watch time. This is all about the quality of your content at this point. So what you want to do is look at your audience retention and see when that graph plummets. And that's when you're switching off your audience. You should be able to, whatever your niche is, make videos as long as you feel are necessary to get all of the information that you have about the topic into the video. So watch time is very much about how well you execute your ideas and nothing to do with the niche. Now it can depend on the audience. Let's say your audience is mostly teenagers and their attention span is a little shorter than, say, my attention span. So you might want to think about targeting the watch length depending on your audience and the type of content it is, but you should always be able to improve your watch time through the quality of your content. Next one we have here is the Good Nerds family, who gave us the super chat as well. Really do appreciate that. I did everything you guys suggested last week. Will you please take a look and see? Okay, so I guess this is a question about channel audits. I think maybe you want to save this question for the channel audits. If you want to fill out the form on a Tuesdays, of course, we do channel audits every single Tuesday. If you add that to the list on the video description during that live stream, we'll certainly take a look. I guess the question goes back to you, Good Nerds, is as you've made these changes, have you noticed any improvement in whether it's click-through rate, views, or watch time? That the analytics are going to tell you whether the changes you're making have made a difference, so do make sure to go through them. Step Dice with a very simple question here. Apple or Samsung? Who would you pick? I would have to say Samsung. Travis would probably love to answer this question. Apple is, the software is always very good, but they're just really expensive. And with Samsung/Android devices, you can customize it as much as you want. And I will still maintain to this day that the screen on the Samsung Galaxy S2 was the best screen I've ever experienced in terms of vibrancy and how rich a color is. And it's almost like when I played my first Dreamcast game. We're going way back here, but when I played Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast, I thought the graphics were so good on that graphics didn't need to improve ever again. And weirdly, I still maintain that strange philosophy, and it's all about gameplay now. And I think with like the Galaxy S devices, it's all about adding new technology and things. And with the exception of a Galaxy Fold, which seems to be a complete disaster because it's breaking on all the reviewers, I've been pretty much a Samsung guy, but I also like OnePlus phones as well. I think they've got a really nice, bright, white, pure screen, and I'm really rambling here. Travis, help me out here in the chat with what your thoughts are on tech. Next question is Tara Littlewood, and they are asking what to do when subscriber numbers jump down. It happened in my recent post. So what you're saying here is that you posted a video and you actually lost subscribers. When you grow as a channel and you have lots of subscribers, this is not uncommon. When we post videos, sometimes our subscriber count goes down. And if you post videos that are not related to your current content or your current topic, that may alienate your current subscribers. So that's when you're maybe taking them on a different journey, or it's a slightly different thing that's going on with your channel, that can happen. And I would say not to be too alarmed from a single video. If it starts to happen with a series of videos, then there may be a question as to what's happening now with your content. But if you're going on a new journey, you have to accept that some people are going to be alienated, but you're going to bring in potentially a whole new audience. So in the short term, I wouldn't worry too much. But just keep an eye on it, and if the subscribers continue to go down, maybe you want to ask this in your community tab, or make a video directly addressing your audience, like almost like a community video saying, I've seen that the subscriber count is going down, like, is there any reason for this? You have an audience there, and you should engage them as much as possible. Thank you very much to Dane Golden there, by the way, with the $2 super chat. Really appreciated. Thank you very much. Jen, if you've got a question, do make sure to post it in our live stream form, and I'll see if I can answer it at some point during this live stream. The next one comes from Tara Littlewood. You've asked this question a few too many times there, so only ask it once, please. I had to click through quite a few there to get to the next one. Me Corden YT, what is the best way to attract viewers to your channel? And the simple answer to that in the short term is that just make videos that your audience wants to watch. I know that sounds really simple, but oftentimes video creators make videos, and let's say they've got 20 videos and the views are spiking up and down, and there may be one or two videos that are really popular and do really well, but then you don't do follow-up content because you feel as if you may be annoying your current subscriber base and not thinking about the potential whole YouTube audience that you could be appealing to. So once you latch on to content that is good and YouTube is rewarding you with views and making it more searchable and discoverable, just follow that route. That can certainly help you in genres such as gaming, where even in Fortnite, if you find a really specific topic, you really niche down on it. For example, I think Jeremy and I were auditing a channel on Tuesday, and we identified that this one particular channel on Fortnite was doing really specific game controller setups. And that sounds really odd, like who would be interested in that? But every time they made a video on game controller setups, their views went through the roof for their channel. So we simply said, niche down onto that very specific topic and go ahead with that. We got a super chat here in from Tyler Wood. Thank you very much. You saying that you started your channel 3 months ago and it wasn't going anywhere. Started using your vidIQ tool and my channel is now monetized and growing. So thank you very much. Awesome. Well done there. We're actually going to do a celebration segment a little later on in this live stream where you can tell us your success stories on YouTube this week, and I'm going to happily shout them out and share them. But what we're going to do right now is our first 5-minute super quick fire round. So what I want you to do, folks, is, if you can see here, oh, no, it's not on that. Right, I'm going to have to... Right, let me just press the right buttons here because I've got to go back to the screen here where once we get past this, all of the things going wrong here. Okay, so Travis is on screen now and he's got his dog in hand. So people, if you've got any questions about Travis's dog, do fire those in and he will do his best to answer them. But it's got a quick fire round here. If you have hashtag question, this is in the chat. We're going to answer questions from the chat here. And let me just put a 5-minute countdown timer on. So as soon as I see a hashtag question, an actual question, I'm going to try and answer that as quickly and efficiently as possible. The first question has come in, and it is, what breed is the dog there, Travis? So if you want to answer that in the comments, that would help. Question now from MG Plays, and it is, what do you use to edit your videos? And I use Camtasia 9 because we do a lot of screen recording here, and that is a really good tool for doing quick animations, zoom in and out on screen recordings. That's the one we use, but there's plenty of other good ones available. Lexi Vashepsi, who we audited on Tuesday, how long does it take for YouTube to serve my video? I'm not really sure what you mean there, presumably like how quickly does it share your content? And basically we'll start to share your content as soon as possible and you'll get a lot of views from your subscribers first, And depending on how that performs and how it appears in browse features and very early on, the velocity, so to speak, YouTube will then decide whether or not to share it with more of the audience. Question from AVI12 is, who developed the vidIQ Chrome extension? As you can see, the vidIQ team is just behind me here. This is a development team, a range of Funko and Disney and Super Nintendo characters. They're all having a break now, but that is a development team, and they work very hard every single day. In truth, we've got a team all across the world. We have developers in Eastern Europe, a few in the US. We're a remote team, and it's not just one person, although there are two co-founders who formed vidIQ. But yeah, over the last 6-7 years, that is who's been making vidIQ, and we're growing every day thanks to every single one of you. Murtaza Khan asks, do you use the vidIQ tool? And I say absolutely. Obviously, the one thing that I'm always using is the real-time stats bar, which went down very briefly, I think, yesterday, and a lot of people were asking us about that. Simple YouTube change that needed fixing, and we did that. So yeah, I use that all the time. Because we get a lot of comments, the comment template tool is something I use all of the time as well. And the channel audit tool, I'm always taking a look at it, making sure that what we're doing well is working, and I'm following up on that. And it also has the competitors area, so I can see what people such as Nick Nimmin, Brian G. Johnson, Daryl Lees, what videos they're making, keep an eye on them. So yeah, I use it all the time. Like all of the video creators, Leron, Travis, Jeremy, we all use the tool every single day. I would say that we probably all have our favorites. I use certain tools more than others, but there are so many tools that everybody can get their, I guess, YouTube analytic fix from vidIQ. Next question is from Xava Gaming. My videos are ranked, but I don't get views. How do I fix this? So there might be two answers to this. You might be getting it might be saying that your videos are ranking because of your personal view preferences, potentially. If it is, that is sometimes a little bit of a bug. Report it and we'll fix it. So just check in incognito mode whether your videos are ranking. If they are ranking in incognito and nobody's watching them, the truth is nobody is searching for that particular search term. For example, you may be able to rank number 1 for how to get more YouTube videos when you're driving a car and using a laptop on the spare seat. Nobody's searching for that, and that's the most ridiculous thing that I've ever come up in one of these videos. But if that's what you're targeting, then you're going to rank number 1 for it. So you have to, there's a balance between not trying to rank for these very broad terms, which you're not going to have any chance of ranking for, versus the longer tail specific keywords that people are searching for, but there's less competition. So think of it along those lines. Even if you are ranking, that doesn't necessarily mean you're ranking for stuff that people are searching for. I've got a minute left here in this quick fire round. Slavgard asks, is it possible to message all of your subscribers? No, in the sense that you can't just email them all out, but you do have the community tab, which not only reaches your subscribers, but it also reaches people beyond your subscriber base, because YouTube will send out this community post to people who watched your videos but not necessarily subscribed to you. So the community tab is always the best way to reach a wide proportion of your audience for very little effort. You can effectively create content every single day for 5 minutes, and you can use GIFs as well, and that's something we use a lot here on our community tab. If you've been watching very recently, Tortor Animations did some wonderful stop motion intros for vidIQ, and I put them on the community tab, and you've been voting on them. So that's, again, a really good way to reach your audience. I've got a couple of seconds left, so I've started, so I will finish for this last question, which is going to be Christian Pollard asks, why are people getting subscribers when they haven't even uploaded? The only answer I could probably give to that is it's some sort of weird game that they're trying to do. There's one called Larry versus Barry at the moment, where people are just subscribing to these two random people because the PewDiePie versus T-Series stories ended, or they've had videos uploaded in the past but they've deleted them all, or I think in one person's case, I've forgotten the name of his chap, but he comments on all of the best videos on YouTube, and he's managed to create like 250,000 subscribers by being the best commenter on these popular videos. It's something like Why the Animator or something along those lines. But there are always weird and wonderful ways to get subscribers, even if you don't create any videos. Some people even have their channel names as 1,000 subscribers with no videos, which is like, well done. Now, what are you going to do with that? So that was the first quickfire round. And Travis has been having to look at the camera intently and make sure he doesn't do anything wrong, even though he can't actually say anything. It's like verbally gathering. Travis, just say something. I don't know if anybody's going to hear you, but if people suddenly hear you, people are saying Justin Y. Thank you very much. That's the person who has all of those subscribers without any videos. But yeah, Travis, I'm taking it off camera now, so you can do whatever you want in the background, but people still cannot hear him. All right, folks, what I want to tell you about now is a brand new source of wonderful information, education, and general chit-chat that vidIQ is bringing to you. If you check the video description right now, you will see a link to something called YouTube vidIQ 2 Talk, and this is the brainchild of Jeremy, and we had Jeremy on here today to talk all about Tube Talk, because that is something that he ran for a number of years before joining vidIQ. When he came to vidIQ, he didn't have much time to get it going, but it's relaunched now, and we have the first episode in the new vidIQ version of Tube Talk. And what I wanted to do was just play you a clip from this. It's a podcast, and this is the sort of useful information you can get from Tube Talk.
And they'll get on Facebook and go into these groups and be like, hey, what's going on with my channel? What's wrong with this? Why isn't it working? I hate YouTube. I'm going to quit YouTube. This is terrible. No, but they're not giving me any views. And the whole thing, like you just said, Leron, is, and this is what I tell every single one of my clients, is stop focusing on this video and just start working on the next one, because every day is another day to put more real estate, to put more content on YouTube and have another opportunity for success.
So that was just a small snippet of what you can learn from our brand new podcast, Tube Talk. Make sure to download it. Getting a thumbs up there from Travis. Awesome information. We're going to be posting these every single week, and there is a link in the description. And yeah, we'd really appreciate if you wanted to join the vidIQ community through your audio ears. And listen to that podcast. We would very much appreciate it. Right, folks, what we're going to do is take another brief break as I make another futile attempt to get the speakers working for Travis. In the meantime, do talk amongst yourselves, but we'll be back very soon to answer more of your questions, and we'll see you in a few minutes by 4 now. Hello, I'm Rob, and welcome to vidIQ. You may have seen me on the vidIQ YouTube channel. I'm a video creator just like you, and we all understand the importance of diversifying our income so we're not solely reliant on YouTube AdSense, because it can disappear just like that. That's where vidIQ's affiliate program can play a role. We've helped you grow your channel, now let us help you earn an income. By sharing the power of vidIQ with your audience, you can earn passive income that tops up your bank account even when you sleep. And let's face it, who doesn't want to wake up to more cash? But we're not just about making money, we want to make you part of the vidIQ family. As more people sign up to vidIQ through your affiliate program, you will gain more free perks from us that include expert one-on-one consultation for your YouTube channel, a custom vidIQ URL, and free access to our top-tier vidIQ Boost package. And once you are part of the vidIQ family, we want you to share your wisdom. Imagine guest hosting on the vidIQ channel, which has over 300,000 subscribers, being interviewed for the vidIQ podcast, or writing a post on the vidIQ blog. We reach over 1 million people through vidIQ, and you could have access to that audience. And since we know you love vidIQ, you could help shape our future with early beta access to our brand new tools. On behalf of everybody here at vidIQ, thank you for joining the program, but more importantly, welcome to the family. All right, and we are back. I'm going to try one more time. Travis, say the most insightful thing you've ever said on YouTube. Wow, I'm truly moved by that. Did anybody hear Travis there? No, okay. Well, you'll never know that nugget of information. So it's back to just me. Thank you very much again, there, Travis. We'll get this fixed somehow for next week, because I'm telling you this, I am not going to do another single live stream by myself because they are exhausting. But anyway, thank you for the 100 plus people who are still here watching me struggle on here. Let's take some more of your questions then. In the video description, there is a form. Fill it out and I'll try and answer your question. The next one comes from King Saigon YT. How many views do you think a channel with 20 subscribers gets on average with each video over the course of a week? Don't worry too much about how many subscribers you have because it will just throw you out, and that can vary between different types of channels. For example, if you're a how-to channel, you may get hundreds, if not thousands of views and very few subscribers, because people just want to know an answer to the question and they're not really super invested in you as a video creator. I mean, if you want me to give you an answer, generally speaking, if you get maybe between 20 to 40% of your subscribers watching your content. So let's say you've got 20 subscribers. If you get 5 views, that might be expected. But when you're talking about such small numbers, you'd be expecting YouTube to share your content out to more people anyway. So try not to get too caught up in views versus subscribers. Benchmark what your general view count is. Let's say on average it's 10 views a video, and aim to improve on that with creating content that's more relevant to your audience and is executed better. Next question is from Pepper Spicy. How do you edit and do you like cookies? Interesting, contrasting questions there. So I briefly answered this in the Quickfire round. I use a program called Camtasia 9 because it allows me to do screen recording, and I have to do a lot of that with the vidIQ tools. And there is a simple tool, a simple thing that you can do where if you press Control-A, that creates an animation, and then you can do animate the screen in whatever way you want. And it's so fast and so quick. I've not seen another program that can do it that quickly. So not as complicated or as professional as maybe Adobe, where you can do all of these things like changing grading. You can change like how vibrant the image is. But I think for vidIQ stuff, quite functional videos that we put together, which don't need too much professionalism in terms of the way it looks, although obviously, hopefully it looks pretty good in the studio that I have here. But Camtasia 9 is the one I use, and I think it's about $200, and there is no monthly payment, so that helps as well with the cost a little bit. Do I like cookies? Yes I do. My favorite is probably M&M cookies, which you can get from Subway, but other fast food outlets are available. And if anybody wants to sponsor me and add to my ever increasing weight as I get older, I will not refuse those offers. Next question comes from the Tireless Tangler, who asks, when will vidIQ be available on mobile? I do almost everything on mobile except for captions and cards. I need my vidIQ info on my mobile. So we're getting this mobile question pretty much every week now, and the good news is it is close. It is coming, but I don't want to commit to a date because we're at the stage where it'll be done when it's done, but it's almost done. So I want to tentatively say, like in the business world, you might say Q2, Q3. It's sort of that sort of area. It's going to be out within the next 3 to 6 months. But as I say, we just do the final tweaks, get the design right. It will be out very, very soon. But yes, vidIQ Mobile is on its way, and it's going to be available very soon-ish. All right, Bombo Gamer asks, should I start using my real voice in my videos? I'm from Norway and I don't speak English so good. So are you using a modulated voice at the moment? Are you typing it into a computer and you're getting that to narrate your content? If you do, YouTube generally frowns upon this and they won't monetize your content for whatever reason. I think because they can't then distinguish whether the content is created by a human or it's somehow an automated video creation in totality. So you want to avoid using a modulated voice when you can. And then another question is, why are you so determined to do videos in English? You're opening yourself up to a very competitive market with lots of English-speaking YouTube video creators, and that space may already be quite saturated. So think of it along those lines. Could you do the content in your native language and maybe appeal to a smaller audience overall, but with much less competition? Jeremy uses all of these fantastic phrases, and I think it's sometimes, I'm going to completely butcher this, but sometimes it's better to fish in a barrel by yourself than fish in the sea with lots of other trawlers trying to compete with you. Jeremy, I probably completely butchered that, so do correct me in the chats, but it's something along the lines of, if you can find a quieter area with maybe less stuff available, but nobody else going after that stuff, then you can become the authority and really capitalize on that. So yeah, maybe think about those two things. How are you talking in English now, and do you really need to do that for your content? Okay, the next question comes from GP3. Does storing YouTube streams as private/unlisted still negatively affect your channel? I'm not sure if it ever really negatively affected your channel. And as vidIQ pushes out more and more content, I can never really notice when like an individual video has a detrimental effect on a channel. If you're maybe doing a long series of videos that aren't doing very well, and they could eventually have long-term impacts on your channel, but putting a stream private or listed, I cannot imagine why it would have negative impacts on your channel. The one thing you have to consider is that it just won't contribute to your public statistics, which means that people may see less views on your channel, and they may have an opinion on that. But generally speaking, I don't think there's any detriment to unlisting or privating your content per se. All right, next thing I want to do with you chaps is celebrate your success this week. So what you want to do is, if you can put a hashtag milestone, it looked basically, I want you to do this, but Travis has disappeared at the moment, so I don't know where he is, but if you put hashtag milestone in the chat, and then tell us what your success is, whether you've hit a subscriber milestone or a view milestone, or you've had a certain video, as Travis rushes back, but I'm about to take him off screen anyway. Do let us know what that celebration is, and I am going to shout it out in the chat here. For example, Dr. Sten Ekberg, one of our moderators, thank you very much for moderating here on what is a dumpster fire of a live stream right now. You have hit 25,000 subscribers today, so congratulations, awesome achievement. We know that Sten has been sort of in the YouTube trenches for many years, and suddenly his videos are caught fire, and now the momentum is building there, which is brilliant. Hayes House, another moderator here, thank you for moderating, of course. You have hit 7,000 subscribers, so congratulations to you as well. Stepmice, 275 subscribers there. Alex Modeling here with a new record here, almost at 30,000 subscribers, I assume, not views. Lexi the Shepsy now hit 500 subscribers. Did you hit that before or after the audit? Yes, on Tuesday. If you hit it after the audit, then Jeremy and I will take 100% credit for you hitting 500 subscribers, but congratulations to you too. Caverez Y with 30 subscribers in a week. Is that a new record for you? Congratulations if it is so. Spotastic with 6,000 subscribers, and even the small celebrations. You've just started your channel. Swaggy Gamer has hit 23 subscribers. Congratulations to you too. Rapids hitting 1,900 subscribers, almost at 2k. Have you monetized your content? Yeah, if you have done, congratulations. Here comes the money. Super User Tech Mods with 1.2 million views, and I bet at least 75% of them come from the NVIDIA Shield. Super User Tech Mod is one of these channels who we've audited a couple of times, and I kept telling him NVIDIA Shield is where you make most of your gains. He stuck to that topic for a little while, and now he's crushing it with over 1 million views. Congratulations to you. And an update for you, Super User. I have been using my NVIDIA Shield recently to Chromecast Crave TV and watch lots of Game of Thrones. So it does now find a use, but I'm just using it as a glorified Chromecast at the moment. Hopefully I'm going to play some games on it very soon. What Time with a milestone of 367 subscribers. Spike vidIQ meme with 3,000 subscribers this month and 500,000 views. Awesome news there, certainly growing there it looks like. And we also have Lily Lou with a milestone of almost 5,000 subscribers in 2 months. Wow, that's fantastic growth for you. Well done. And Boomerang TKO with 200,000 views, and you've quadrupled your subs in one video. Wow, there you are. Right, so Boomerang TKO, whatever that video was, double down on it. Attack it from as many different angles as you can if the topic is still trending. Because if that is your flagship video, the one that's on fire, that is what your subscribers have just subscribed for. They want to see more of that content. So make sure you do so. Awesome. And I think we'll end the milestone discussion there. Well done to every single one of you. Fantastic achievements. And we'll go back to some more of your questions here. But I'm just going to hydrate myself a little bit, because when you're talking by yourself, whew, it can get a little exhausted. Also, now we have completely lost Travis here because my meeting ended with him, so I do apologise, Travis. We'll try and have you all on next week, and somehow I've managed to rescue this live stream a little bit. Thanks to you, the awesome community who are making this an entertaining and hopefully a very insightful live stream. The question we have got now comes from, as I just look through the list, is... got a couple of repeat questions here. So Hero White asks, what percentage of your subscribers should watch your videos? I currently have 10% watching each of mine. And I think that's generally, again, we talk about this very generally, a benchmark is around about 10 to 20% of your subscribers usually watching your content. And that, there's nothing wrong with that. That actually is quite healthy, because what it means is that the 80% of people who are not watching your content have been influenced to do so by YouTube. So it's sharing your content out to a lot of people. If you had 100% of people watching your content who are subscribed to your channel, that means YouTube would not be sharing out your videos to anybody new. And that is a bad sign. If you were in a perfect world, you probably want it at 50-50, so you know that a lot of your subscribers are sticking around for your content at the same time YouTube's sharing it. But as with all channels, that can vary greatly. I imagine for vlogging channels where it's much about the personality and storytelling and people really connect with that video creator, the subscribe watch rate is a lot higher, because it almost turns like into an episodic piece of content, storytelling, and people want to go back and find out what happens next. But with how-tos, tutorials, again, viewers are searching for something, trying to get an answer to a question. You just want YouTube to share that out amongst as many people on YouTube as possible. So I think your 10% is generally okay. I mean, obviously you might want a little higher to make sure that the subscribers are sticking around. But yeah, don't worry too much about one particular analytic of any of the analytics that we talk about every week. All right, just having to click through here. Okay, so Slavgard with a really appropriate question here. How do you overcome technical problems in a live stream? You be the judge of that. Let us know if I have rescued this live stream to a certain extent by just, after 10 minutes, giving up on my co-host, sacking them off and trying to run this by myself. If you think I've succeeded, let us know with an emoji, whether it's a big thumbs up or a thumbs down, or the ones I most enjoy seeing are smiley poos in the chat. But live streams are live streams, and things are always going to go wrong. And today they've gone wrong in a spectacular way, and you just got to get on with it. And you hope that your audience understands and appreciates that, and that you just ride along with them, and because they essentially, usually your audience wants to see you succeed. And when you're struggling, if they have some sort of relationship and an emotional connection with the video creator, they'll have genuine sympathy and sorrow for them. But then there's always that next question of, okay, so we've got this hurdle, this obstacle, how do we deal with it? And this is how we're dealing with it. We're just moving on and trying to help you without my co-host. So I hope that answers your question, and I hope I'm doing somewhat of a good job of that. Step Dice simply says, let's go UK. All right. Hopefully Brexit's not going to stop that progression. Oh, right. So Rain in Life asks, how does vidIQ get all of the data to provide its services? And the simple answer to that is that YouTube provides API access. So it allows us and other third-party vendors to grab YouTube data. And what we're doing with it is we're trying to present it in a new and unique fashion that YouTube doesn't necessarily do, or presenting it like in a holistic way. For example, the audit channel, the channel audit tool. A lot of those analytics are in the YouTube analytics, but you got to click on so many links and go through so many pages to get that information. What vidIQ is doing is grabbing all of that information and putting it in one place to make it more helpful for you. So we are a certified software provider with vidIQ, so it's all safe and above board, and we have to go through compliance to make sure that we meet the standards that YouTube asks of us. And the way we get your information is that we ask you to authenticate your channel with vidIQ. And people ask us, like, the question is, I'm a little afraid of giving permissions to vidIQ, but all we can say is that we've now helped about 1 million users get access to their data and the data on YouTube. And we have very strong security measures in place to make sure that you're secure as well. And I use vidIQ as well, so we are authenticating our own channel with our tool, and that's how proud and safe we are with all of your data. So that's essentially how we get your data. It's all through a YouTube API, and they send it to us, and then we have fun playing around with that data and presenting it to you in a fun way. Thanks for the question there. So this one comes from Fort Craft Warrior 125. I started putting the little blue tags above my videos and started getting views. Why? Are you talking about hashtags there? I think you are. So this is where you probably see a hashtag on this video right now. It's usually like more views, more subscribers in 2019. I think we use hashtags at the moment. And this might be because the hashtags that you're using are very popular at the moment, or they're unique to you, but people are discovering them. We've had a lot of counter arguments that hashtags detract from a channel and a video, and they take viewers away from your content. But if those blue tags are working for you, I would say just continue to use them, because it looks as if you found a secret within hashtags. And if you have, make a video about it. I'm sure we'd all be really interested to know what you did and how that improved your videos. It would be absolutely fascinating to know how somebody has leveraged the power of hashtags to get more views. Okay, Random Unboxing Sebi asks, how do you make animation thumbnails? So thumbnails cannot be animated. But what happens is if you mouse over a thumbnail on a desktop, it will show like a preview from the video, and it'll take a random section from that video, and it looks like an animated GIF. So thumbnails themselves aren't animated. If you're on a mobile device, then the video will just actually start auto-playing on a lot of occasions. But just imagine if every single thumbnail on YouTube was an animated GIF. It would look like a visual minefield of things just happening everywhere, and you won't be able to focus your eyes on anything. So I think it's a very good decision from YouTube to keep those thumbnails not animated. However, on community tab posts, you can animate through using a GIF or a GIF, however you want to call it. We do that quite often. So all you need to do on a community tab post is upload a GIF, and it will animate on people's timelines, especially on mobiles, which is an awesome feature which not many people use, but we certainly do, and we've found it very successful for us. Stepan asks, so I'm really trying to get ranked keywords, so I uploaded a video with several of the 90 plus vidIQ score keywords, yet none are shown as ranked. How do I get those ranked? So there's always going to be a question here about what's your channel size, and if you're a small channel and you're trying to rank for keywords, it's going to be very often the case that you don't rank to begin with, and it may require you to create a series of videos on that topic to help build your authority on that and communicate to YouTube that I'm focusing on this type of keyword, and YouTube will eventually start to share that content to more of your audience or the wider YouTube audience if those videos are proving successful in terms of watch time and click-through rate. So there is a bit of patience required. And it looks as if you're going after the right keywords. Another thing to consider is how competitive those keywords are, because even if it is a 90 plus keyword score, there may be large channels that are really crushing it with that keyword, and it's going to be a struggle for you to rank for that as well. So I would say you're doing exactly the right thing with using the keywords that have got a very high score, but you just got to keep at it. And hopefully, eventually, with patience, YouTube will start to reward you for that. All right, I'm just going to click through some more questions and see what we've got. Quick one here from Leo. How do you make full use of video tags? We've got a playlist on video tags, so do check that out. I think if you search for something along the lines of, or if you just put vidIQ ranked tags as a YouTube search, you'll find like about 7 or 8 videos I made on the topic. Essentially, the best way to use tags is to think of your title and the different ways you can reword that title, and those become your tags, because you want to be as specific as possible with those tags. They are losing their importance, we know that, but we still think they have value on YouTube, which is why with vidIQ Boost, you get all of these tag recommendations. You can just quickly click a button and it adds those tags into your portfolio of tags, which can be super easy. And by the time you get to filling in your metadata, you should already have quite a range of tags, which means that you don't require any further research. You just drop them in there to help just give YouTube a little nudge in the right direction as to, this is what my video is about. Can you please serve it up? But as I've said before, this doesn't usually happen with just one video. You've got to make a series of videos on a similar topic or an identical topic over and over again to really help reinforce what your channel and your videos are about. And what else have we got here? So the Bushcraft Padawan is asking, what science research is there in terms of colour schemes for thumbnails? I was just watching a very interesting video by Matt Gillen, Little Monsters Media, I think is the channel, and he was saying that some good colours to use are red, yellow and green, because I can't remember exactly what he said, but it triggers a certain view. I can't think of the words, but it captures your eyes more than other colours in the spectrum. And depending on who your competitors are, if red, yellow or green are colours that are really standing out on the suggested column of your thumbnails, then that might be something to look at as well. And I know you're predominantly a camping, outdoors-based channel, so green could certainly be one of those colours that you can use, but maybe you need to make it a bit more of a sickly green, so it's bright and vibrant and really punch up the saturation to help you there. All right, folks, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly check the super chats just in case I've missed any, and then we're going to take another 5-minute quickfire round of questions. So do bear with me as I just check what we've got here in the super chats, and they are from Obi-Wan Kenobi, sent 10 SEK, whatever currency that was, really is appreciated. Do let me know in the chat, what is the currency SEK? Jody State, £1.99 there. Thank you very much for the super chat from you. And Step Dice with a £5 super chat here. Really super generous, really appreciated. As a 2-person channel with different content, how can we find an audience that is consistent, and how often should we upload? So are you saying that there's 2 people on the same channel creating completely different content, or it's two people on the channel and you're featured in both videos. I mean, if you are creating completely different content, I think the obvious answer to that is you need to separate and create content that nourishes your creative intentions along with your audience. If it seem like completely different videos from the two video creators on the same channel, that's just going to be a little confusing again for the audience. So I'm not entirely sure what the setup there is. In terms of upload schedule, I always answer it this way. If your videos are very time sensitive, then quantity is perhaps more important. In other words, try and get out as much video content as possible about a trending topic as quickly as possible before anyone else. If your videos aren't that time sensitive, then quality is far more important because you want it to be bigger and better than anybody else in the genre, because the best content will always rise to the top. And so, yeah, quantity versus quality, time versus non-time sensitivity is something to consider there. And the general advice is always one video a week at least. One video a day is brilliant if you are able to do that, but not many people can keep up with that sort of schedule. All right, folks, for the last time here, we are going to do sorry, Jeremy's on screen, but if I don't have Jeremy on screen, well, it would be a black background. What I want you to do, as we did before, is hashtag questions. And as soon as I see the first question, I will answer that in the comments section here, and I will start the timer. All right, the first question has come in here, so let's start the timer. And this comes in from Blues Studio. How do I increase the YouTube recommendation percentage on total impressions? So generally, if you have a higher click-through rate on your content and increased watch time, that is basically saying to YouTube, people are coming into this person's videos and they're watching those videos for a long time. It stands to reason that as the distributor of this content, we should share it to more people. So those are the general simple tips, but it obviously gets a lot more complicated. But in terms of that funnel, YouTube is telling you that it wants more click-through rate and more watch time to share your content to more people. Swaggy Gamer, do you skip any questions? Yes, we do skip questions, and I am trying to filter them out a little bit. For example, we've had 112 questions today, and I think I'm on question 30 of those 112, so I did skip about 6 or 7 of them. It just depends on the question, whether it's been asked before or it's a question that's such as how to get more views, which is very difficult to answer. Mr. Half and Half Show, is it okay for a new channel to put out videos twice a week? Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a fantastic schedule to start with. Nothing wrong with that. What I would say is that if you know you're gonna push out 2 videos a week, try and stick to a schedule every Thursday and Tuesday, or whenever your audience is online. Thinking about the best time to post. Check your real-time analytics. We've also got a tool that tells you when's the best time to post. If it's like every Monday and Wednesday, then go to that schedule. But yeah, 2 a week seems absolutely fine. Pokemon Mikey asks, I do Pokemon pack opening videos and I would like to start some video game streams. Should I start a new channel? So I think you're saying you have a Pokemon channel, you want to do some live stream gaming. It's probably best if you do start a new channel in that respect. I mean, you may want to do one live stream on that channel just to tell people that you're starting a brand new gaming live streaming channel. But just be aware that a gaming channel that's exclusively about live streaming on YouTube is a difficult thing to get started, especially on YouTube, because people often look at channels with not that many subscribers and see videos that are an hour and a half long and think, oh, that's a bit of a commitment and I don't really know what I'm getting myself into. So a different platform such as Twitch might be more appropriate if you're just going to be exclusively live streaming games. But it depends on what sort of audience you already have and how willing they are to be taken on a brand new journey, which is what it sounds like you're trying to do. Question from Z824, who makes the best thumbnails? MKBHD for me makes phenomenal thumbnails in the tech industry. Peter McKinnon's are always very vibrant. And I have to give a special shout out here to Brian G. Johnson, who is thumbnail game in the YouTube expert sort of help space, are phenomenal right now. He's gone for this really bright green thumbnail style that's really, really having an impact here on his video. So do check out his content. Thumbnails are phenomenal at the moment. I'll give him a lot of kudos for what he's doing in the YouTube space. What else have we got here question wise? How do playlists on other channels content affect your channel? I don't fully understand the question there, but what I will say about playlists is that what you can do is, if you think you have a video that fits in with other really popular videos on a topic, you can add those videos to a playlist that includes your videos. So what might happen is that while people are watching well-watched content, if yours is the next on the list in the playlist, then you're sort of getting some free views from that. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you're able to tie your content in with other people's content via a playlist, I would absolutely try that, 100%. All right, who have we got here for the final couple of questions? Cherry Tongue, I think you asked this last week about having two different topics, and I think we answered that during your channel audit. So I think it's always difficult to have two different topics on your audience. The simple answer to that is, when you make these videos on the two different topics, how are the view counts? If there's a massive difference on those view counts, that's your audience telling you that I prefer this topic as opposed to this topic on your channel. And if there's a huge difference, then go towards what I always call the path of least YouTube resistance. If YouTube is telling you that these videos are doing better on this topic, follow that topic, start a new channel for that other topic if you need to, or introduce that other topic within the videos on the main topics. It kind of like has a sub category. So you've still got that opportunity to talk about something that you're passionate about as well. Thank you very much for all of those questions there. As always, I'm so sorry that we've had some technical issues this week. It is very frustrating, as you no doubt know from a video creator perspective. Despite that, there's still nearly 100 of you in here who have followed the live stream Q&A this week. I endeavour to make sure that these issues are resolved for next week, where we will have both myself, Jeremy, Leron and Travis in the YouTube vidIQ live stream Q&A session to take all of your questions. I hope you found just my opinions this week useful. If you enjoyed this live stream, do make sure to say thank you, give us a thumbs up and say goodbye, because I will be shouting you out in the next couple of minutes as we finish off here. vidIQ is all about educating you on your YouTube journey. If you haven't already downloaded the vidIQ Chrome extension, it is free to download. Do make sure to check it out in the link description. We produce, at this point, 5 pieces of video content every single week. We're doing 3 live streams at the moment and 2 or 3 videos a week. So make sure to subscribe to get lots of information about how it will help you grow your channel. You're just getting little bits of scattergun information here, depending on whether you're talking about playlists, click-through rate, thumbnails, publishing schedule, but we all have lots of dedicated videos on all of those particular topics. So make sure to subscribe and follow us every single day on vidIQ. Thank you to the following people here. Sten Etberg, you've been awesome as a moderator today. ADA Trips. Voletti, I know you've told us how to pronounce your name before, but I just cannot remember. Apologies if I've got that wrong. NJ Plays, Alejandro, Ruben BM, Del Queso, Kagiran Vlogs, GG Patterns, Simple Green Tech, 50-something Original, Drawing with Xena, Noir, Leads the Fallen Vlogs, Drippy XLs, I may have already said that, Lisa Miracle Mink Hair, Nova Cynthia Barker, Professor Ari, Murtazan Khan, Lauren Blogs, Ejector Gaming, Alexander Grangsgaard, and 50 something original. Thank you to every single one of you who's done the goodbye message there. Thank you to every single one of you who joined us on the vidIQ live stream this week. We will be back on Tuesday to audit your own channels. Make sure to join us then. In the meantime, as always, enjoy the rest of your video making day and have a fantastic weekend. Bye for now.